latest updates in the Artifact 3D file library and the incredible designs of EVOX. So feel free to come up, ask any questions you may have, tell us what you think of the evolutions. We'd love to hear from you. Seriously, you can start requesting because my co-hosts on here. Let's just talk silly stuff. Just to summarize what's been happening in simpler forms, we have more 3D files to play with token gated access, which means if you've got the digital collectible, you have the 3D files of those assets at your fingertips, ready to be downloaded in a few clicks to create whatever you want, dress up your clone, make still renders, animations, etc. Just a lot of fun stuff. And now onto EVOX, which are Artifact's first ever skin vial tech collection, which you got for free through the monolith that was airdropped to all the clone holders, unless you bought on secondary. These skin vials allow you to change the look of the Artifact Nike Dunks, also known as Nike Genesis Crypto Kicks, and they feature the 8 CloneX DNAs. I'm not going to go through them all. I think you all know by now. Artifact went live with the skin vial evolutions yesterday, and we finally got to see the different combinations. So I really want to hear what you guys think of all the different ones. So please come up. Cass is here. Let me bring him up. Hi, Beb. How you doing?
Good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we've got lots to cover, but at the same time, I feel like we've kind of covered everything in the Monolith website. Everything is on there. The amazing FAQ that Zach made that left no questions left for the community. But I would like to hear what went on the back end as well. Cass, how you doing?
It's a Friday. We cooking. So sorry that I am late. Always fun stuff in the works. Just on calls with all sorts of people.
No, I'm glad you made it in the end. I wasn't sure if you were going to or not. But yeah, I'm really, really excited too. I just want to go through the different collections that are available now. So we have the Season 1 collection, all of the DNAs. If you guys are, by the way, having any issues, please let somebody from the team know, or better, open a ticket on Discord, where we have lots of people trying to get all this stuff fixed as soon as possible. Other than that, we have the Artifact Nike Air Force Ones or DNAs, Artifact Nike AR hoodie, Artifact Dunk Genesis Crypto Kicks, the original versions, pods, so the Space Pod, Loot Pod, Exo, and the Lux Pod, Artifact removal stuff, so the luggage and the bots, Crypto Kicks IRL, Artifact Space Strip, and Nike Air Force One, all the creators. So Zaid, Zwist, Defaced, I'm forgetting everyone's names now. Beb, can you please give us, a breakdown of what else is included in the update for the 3D files?
What else is included in the update for 3D files? I mean, or maybe we'll talk about specifically what the 3D files are designed for.
Yes, please.
So it's kind of cool what the team did with these ones. They're basically all game ready in a way. If you notice on the inside the updates post, one of the cool features that people might realize is they're designed for their LOD models, meaning like as you move away from the model, it's going to, let's say, degenerate the model in a nice clean way so it still looks good from a distance, because that's what's actually happening, right? That's a real clever trick. I don't know if anyone has played the new or new-ish Zelda game, was it Tears of the Kingdom? But that's how you do that trick. you make your models have these LOD style details. So as you move farther away and closer to the model, it'll load like kind of gracefully in. That's probably the coolest highlight of this.
This is why I needed you up here. There's no way I would have been able to explain that. Anything else that you liked about the new updates?
It's nice to finally have the community able to play with at least a good batch of the new 3D files until we get the rest of them out. And then maybe there's a tool that's going to come for that soon.
Tool, you say?
Yeah, later.
Oh, Zach, you're here. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very, very well. Well, actually, I'm lying. I have the most horrid pain in my eye. It feels like a needle's just stabbing into it. But I feel like it's because I've just been eating cheese all day. Like this morning, I had a cinnamon bagel with Philadelphia cheese. And then for snack, I had what is it called? A cheese string. And then in the evening for my dinner, I had a pizza, a margarita pizza. So it's just bread and cheese, morning bread and cheese, night bread and cheese. And I think I might just have a cheesecake for my dessert.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I don't know how I top that. That sounded pretty good. Philadelphia cream cheese, man. You guys got that over there?
Oh yeah, we got that over here. It's my favorite. Everyone, the Brits do really like their cheese, but when you tell them you like Philadelphia cheese, they're like, really? What about that really stinky stuff? But it's like, I'm sorry, but I can't. Zach, what are you doing?
Oh, you hear plastic in the background. Yeah. Sorry, I'm making my son a pizza.
Yes, see, everyone's having cheese today. So Zach, maybe do you want to have a minute and then we'll come back to. Whoa, that ding though. He's ready.
I'm good. If it's too loud, I'll stop.
No, please. Can't let the child go hungry. I wanted to hear some of the back end stuff with the 3D files. I don't know how much you can talk about, or if there's anything you can talk about, just to fill in everybody on what's been going on, how hard we've all the team has worked to get this stuff out.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting journey. Anybody who's been following us for a bit knows that obviously we're big on, trying to democratize, how people create, right? RTFKTCreators as a standalone like brand, and the fact that you guys do these spaces and we have that website, 3D files was a big deal. Like if you think about when I joined RTFK in April 2022, it was July 4th, 2022 that we launched the first like update to people that they can download their 3D files for their clones, right? We called it like the alpha release. And I remember Benoit was so funny about it because when I suggested that date, just based on all the work leading up to it, he was like, "Oh my God, Zach, you're so smart. It's Independence Day in America. We will release the files." I was like, I think it just worked out that way then. But it's been a long journey since then because obviously the way those 3D files were made was, all individual for like all these different assets that come with your clones. So if you're not familiar with all these different 3D tools, putting that together by yourself could be challenging. So they were really made for people to either like, learn the tools and put it together yourself, or, artists who already know how to use it, or, if you have money, also pay artists to do it for you. And that's something we're big on too, right? Making sure, artists get theirs as well. But there was always people clamoring, from all different walks of, experience and like desire, like, oh, well, I want my 3D files for, this token that I have, right? This art that I have from RTFK. And it's been a long journey to figure out how we distribute it effectively and efficiently, right? So it's far from over. I think we tried to prioritize what we had done properly for certain file types in-house based on the collections that we released. There's still a few more to release. There's still a few bugs to clean up. And, we're also going to look into, I can't get into too much detail about this, but we did refer to, Clone 3D files, the first release, as like the alpha release, right? So there is going to be an updated way that we distribute that so that it's easier for people to use, right? TBD on date and timing and like how that's actually rolled out. But even right now, you know, we're fetching that data in a way that, you know, we would want to do similar to how we're fetching the data now, with the 3D files that we just released. So without getting into too much detail, all I could say is, you know, this was the second iteration of the journey that we just released. I think it's a big deal. And now that it's on our website in inventory, I think that's at least, you know, a sign that Artifact's committed to like iterating on that and making that part of the experience when you like get your digital collectible, or like when we do a drop, it becomes a part of it, not an afterthought.
Yeah, honestly, it's been we've been so excited behind the scenes. Everyone's been working so hard to make all of this stuff happen. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone on the team for making all of this possible. A lot of sleep sacrifice, but also to the community for being so patient and allowing the team to have the time they need in order to work on this alongside the other million things that they're juggling. So thank you guys. I also wanted to mention that we do have a revamped WTF. We have a WTF page on the Artifact Creator site, which Franco has worked tirelessly on. And on there, you have everything you need to know about the Artifact Creator ecosystem, and 3D files and licenses are all there. So if you need to know anything about how you can utilize your assets, your 3D files, or all of that stuff, please do go and check it out and spread the word, because I don't think a lot of people are aware that exists. We've got like a little commercial license use cases booklet type of thing. It is very, very good, and we worked hard on it. So please go and enjoy it. And we also have the Artifact tools. We have a lot of new creators in the community. So Beb, if you don't mind, can you just tell everybody what kind of tools we have available for them? To you.
So right now we have clone tools, right? It's kind of like you can think of it kind of like a Swiss Army knife of 3D assembly. So it builds your clone, helps you set up lighting, helps you rig it.
When CryptoKicks IRL was fulfilled, right, all the way to, you know, Tees and Dunks. Then you have Air Force One fulfilled. Then you have the actual Dunk campaign. Then you have Evo Vials. Then you have 3D files. You have the Complex Con announcement today. It's just been nonstop, I think, from since September. And I think through it all, it's like 3D files have been worked on, right? So I think the dev work to get that on the site was a heavy lift. Shout out to Andrea Costa, the full dev team, Sam for making that happen, and the 3D team led by Tristan and everybody working on there. I think it's like setting up the files, right, and making sure that the files are fetched properly and making sure it's the right file types. And this didn't load properly into our content delivery network. It's just a lot of like tedious, not fun stuff that a lot of members of our team had to dedicate time to in order to make it possible. Now, I mean, it's not fun in the moment, but everybody, like the beauty I think about everybody that works at Artifact, it's like the mundane or drudgery type stuff that is the equivalent of that in another role. It's like ultimately the payoff is it's like you're working for Artifact because you love the vision of the brand, right? So it's like not one member of the team that I've spoken to was like, oh, fuck my life, like I got to get the 3D files ready. It's all about that finished product and you know, empowering people. And I think people like Harlan who are on the team, you guys, Cass, Ferry, Franco, Beb, like those type of people in particular, Tristan as well, right? Like, obviously you've been working with Ali a little bit too, right? It's like there's a love and appreciation for the creator at the heart of Artifact. So like doing all that tedious stuff to make it work for artists, right? It's a no-brainer. So a lot of tedious hours behind the scenes from all the team members, but I think well worth it. And again, a lot more to come. I think, you know, nobody I'm sure is blown away by the user experience, right, on, you know, artifact.com inventory, because we all know artifact.com is long overdue for a makeover. But at the end of the day, right, just, you know, not letting perfection get in the way of good, I think has been the Artifact way. Unless it relates to, you know, overall marketing, content, and all that stuff. What I mean by that is it's like same thing with getting the alpha files out to people, the same way that getting it into the inventory. Sometimes it's like, all right, what's more important, doing it the most beautiful, perfectionist way that will take a while, or like being a little scrappier and just getting it into the hands of people. So I think what I meant to say is like Artifact finds the nice balance between both.
Big facts.
Ferry, I got a question for you.
Oh my god, no way. This is the first time this has happened for me. Okay.
So there are a lot of, most 99% of people who refer to, or who, like, when they say the WTF page, like in Artifact, they say the what the fuck page. And I've always found it interesting because yes, it means what the fuck, but like it's like spelled out WTF. So is your inclination to call it the what the fuck page or the WTF page? Because you stopped yourself. Not because I think you didn't want to curse. I just think you stopped yourself. So I was just curious, like when you see that page and you read it, are you like, oh, that's the what the fuck page, or you're like, oh, that's the WTF page?
Dude, I stopped myself. I was gonna say what the fuck because I got told off for swearing so much. So I'm trying to be clean. But yeah, I like the idea that it could be what the fuck. It makes me feel freedom. So I'm gonna go for that.
Nice. All right, fair. That was my only question.
Wait, so what is it actually?
No, it's you're right. It's what the fuck. It's just like it's funny. Like I'll be on a call with Lamine, one of our UX UI designers, and he's got a French accent, so he'll be like, "I'm working on this is my terrible French impression. Zach, I need your feedback on the what the fuck page." I'm like, you know, Lamine, you could call it WTF. It's funny how you always, like, every time we talk about that page, it's like the what the fuck page. It's just funny how nobody uses the acronym. I find it funny.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I can hear that French accent. Is what the fuck?
Yeah. I wish this is being recorded, right? We'll just tell Benoit to fast forward to a certain place.
No. I'm glad the founders don't listen to these things. Please don't bring them in. That we have Johnny up on stage. Johnny, it's always so nice to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm well. Just designing, using clone tools a little bit. No, it's dope to have been able to use the tools that you guys have given us and progress them like throughout the time period in which we've had them, right? I think what's cool is like seeing the progression of clone tools 1.0, 2.0, and then kind of just riding the wave with you guys as you guys kind of hone in the files, as you guys build out the rails, and we're kind of learning alongside you, right? It's like, well, not everyone, but a handful of us that have kind of like downloaded the files and really kind of dove in. Like I had no 3D skills at all, had no 3D knowledge before I joined into this space, and having clone tools really kind of made it go a lot quicker. Because and obviously just having the 3D files, period, just having a base to work on, that was, I think, the biggest deterrent. But then having just like the base files to work on, and then knowing that you guys are honing them in and getting them higher quality and higher res and, game ready, and having them in so many different formats for us to use in so many different platforms is just really dope. And, just as an independent creator using these files and just, again, evolving over the few years that you guys have kind of got them better and better. I'm just really excited to see what you guys got for us for the future.
Yeah, definitely dope. I'll let Zach go because I like hearing Zach talk. I
can say it's ready, but it's something I'm experimenting with. I think there's some value there.
Thanks. I'll give you my thank yous because apparently, as Canadians, we do that.
Kane is like the most anti-Canadian sometimes. Him and like Deep and Kuro, they bring the most like backwards Canadian energy.
Seriously.
But I do got to say it's important. I think it is a good thing to note because I'm sure I've done a bunch of random requests to Bev and some others as well. But as like VRMs become easier to use in different platforms, or different platforms come up with VRM use cases, it's always good to like note which ones people want to utilize, because there's just like slight differences. And while Bev is a machine and he can crank out like subtle coding and armature and retexturing changes just for fun, like we don't want him to spend 40 hours a week for one use case that nobody ends up using. So yeah, I think Wonder Dynamics is definitely one I've shouted at him as well, but it's going to be cool to see. So flowers to Beb as always. But let's throw it to Gold, and then we'll go to Boo. And if anybody else wants to jump in, feel free to come on up. That's what the space is here for. So, Gold, what's going on?
Tevi asked my question, but no, I was backdooring Tevi and just giving flowers to the whole team, bro. Like, kind of just piggybacking off what Zach said. Y'all kind of been full throttle throughout these last couple months, just delivering on every aspect. And I think it doesn't go unnoticed that y'all delivered on the physical side as much as the digital side. And even with all these downloads, it just makes it plug and play that much easier for creators, like everybody in this space. So I was just coming and congrats them on, thinking about us in all the future drops and even doing this now. And even what I'm hearing with the clone, that was going to be my next question, what Kane was asking. Are we going to make these clones a little easier, already rigged with the VRMs to use case and other things? So I got my answers, and I know Bev and Franco, Zach, all of you guys are doing phenomenal. And I'm just here for the ride, like Tevi saying. I'm enjoying all the assets.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. I really appreciate that, man. It's always awesome, like when the work goes noticed. More for the team than myself. Like a lot of people refer to me as the man behind the curtain. Obviously, I'm coming up from behind the curtain, right? But it's a full team effort, and I love that Ferry and Cass and Franco consistently make these spaces to like highlight what we're doing on the creator side, and it's a nice moment right now in where Artifact is in terms of how much we've been delivering on the physical and digital side, right? And Draymil said something interesting yesterday, where it's like some people love the Evo stuff, some people are kind of mad about it, some people are like whatever, some people love the physical stuff, some people are kind of cool, some people I think the beauty of like what the past few weeks alone have shown from Artifact is that we like we say we merge both worlds, right? You don't have to love every single thing that we do, but there really is something for everyone here, right? And like we're trying to build everything brick by brick, just like the founders originally said. Some bricks can go faster and smoother than others, and others just take a little longer. But again, man, glad that you're noticing what we've been trying to do, and hopefully we could just keep it up and keep living up to the expectations and exceeding them.
No, fact.
It honestly reminds me of video games in a way. It's like when you got the gaming consoles when you were like a kid, and then like over time, like you see the gaming now, how it's like 4K vision. It's like it went from Pong to 4K. You know what I mean? So it's like I love this transition period that we're in. It's like even my skills in 3D, right? It went from like I'm still a noob. I'll consider myself a straight up noob in 3D, but it's like just what I've learned to be able to push only using Artifact assets over the last year and a half. It's pretty exciting. I mean, again, I always like to highlight Cass too, because just seeing where he started and then seeing him again with the video that he just posted the other day, I mean, insane as far as like what he's been able to do. You can throw up that laughing face, Cass, but get flowers thrown at you too, man. You're killing it. I love seeing what you're doing. So.
Nah, I appreciate it. I got to give props to Harlan helping me out. There was something I was doing wrong, and shout out to Harlan because this man came through with the sauce. Oh my God. He gave me like an hour lesson, and I felt like my brain was like filled with like Unreal Engine tips. Speaking of dope 3D artists, we got to throw it to Clue because sheesh, you got me feeling some type of way. Like I got to do something different. This is why I'm throwing laughing emojis. Because you've been crushing it, bro.
Dude, I'm only doing this because I'm trying to get you engaged on the Murakami Jacket gang. I'm trying to get you fired up. I just came up real quick. Well, like everybody said, I mean, I don't want to repeat too much, but I really love everything that's been coming out. The designs go so crazy on the Evo, the like evolutive sneakers. Everything is so sick. Love being able to download all these files. But I actually came up with a question or just kind of food for thought for the team. And just something I've been thinking about is like, so me myself, just for context, I only have one vial. I have a robot vial, and I'm cool with that. Like I'm not freaking out trying to buy more. I just like appreciate the cool design, and that's good. But I'm wondering, as gamification is kind of like a big concept behind Artifact and like making this whole ecosystem interactable in the future, I'm just curious how we can avoid like the sort of pay to win trap that a lot of games have like tried to stay away from. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of brain dead. I just got back from the gym, but like, if any of that makes sense, I'm just trying to articulate that like it's going to be interesting to see how the Artifact ecosystem can still keep things feeling like a level playing field for everybody, regardless of how much stuff you've collected and spent money on. Um, Again, I'm not stressing about it. I'm not like complaining about it. I'm just kind of I find it to be an interesting like design challenge to keep people engaged, even if they don't have the Evo 3. You know what I mean?
Ooh, this is a good one. I mean, I think it kind of gets obviously more into just like the overall design of how Artifact works in terms of rewarding collectors more so than specific like rarity points to each item, because right now like we can't even like factor that because there is no like game that we could necessarily jump into to say that this is more valuable than that and it gives you better boost or anything. So it's a little ahead, but it still has like fair merit. And I think, you know, it's gonna be just part of the journey of the story. There's a lot of different areas where you see Artifacts try to give like fair access or easier access for people, and it just always develops as more of the interest in projects develop. So it'll be fun to see. I'm excited. I think it's a good topic, and I'm always, you know, how I'm always welcome the different ideas because you never know where they get implemented later on.
Totally. Yeah. Thanks for having me up, and congrats to the team. Just amazing work all around.
Wait, Clue, we got to ask, yo, what have you been doing those renders in? Because they've been looking, like I said, saucy.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much. It's all Blender, dude. Everything's just rendered and animated in Blender. I guess like, damn, I've been a little AWOL, as you guys know. I haven't been as active on Twitter for the last few months. I've gone fully freelance, and I basically the week before Halloween, I had no work. Like I had just finished my design work with a client, so I had a free week, and I'm like, oh my god, Halloween's coming up. I gotta do another Undead Crew thing. Episode 2, baby. So, but this time I decided to try animation. Yeah, I'm stoked with how much everyone enjoys seeing their clones come to life. It's pretty touching.
So I'm gonna shoot my shot. Clue. Can we do a demon gang next time?
Ooh, I don't know about that, Tevi, but I'll have my people talk to your people.
All right, let's do that.
He said he's got to send to some demons to your underworld. See if they're viable candidates.
Bro, I don't know if my undead crew is gonna tolerate that level of betrayal.
That was. I mean, that just goes to show that your work was sick as hell. I saw it and I was just like, damn, like how can we get the demons going too? But you know, there's always next time. So maybe we'll get there. Keeping the hope alive. You didn't say no, so that tells me there's a chance, and I'm good with that.
You know what I'd prefer? I'd prefer that one of you guys get really inspired to take the reins and become like the person who's leading the charge on that. Just like Cass is doing that for Murakami DNA, I'm doing that for Undead. I think that's really fun. Like, it's not toxic. It's not like overly competitive. It's just kind of fun to challenge other creatives to keep producing and keep improving their skills. At least me selfishly, I kind of need that as like a motivator. So I'm always looking to like, find someone that I can just like nudge and just be like, oh, look what I made. Look what I made. What do you got? What do you got, bro?
Clue gets under my skin too. This man got me. I'm like grinning ear to ear, like, damn, bro, I need to stop. I need to stop this racist.
Yo,
I love it as a
Cass,
clone.
for real though, dude, you crushed that video. Man, that was a long video that you animated for the release of the 3D files. That was sick, dude.
Much appreciated. I gotta give credit to the Unreal Engine Church. I've been preaching, but it is very, especially with dope assets, it is very plug and play, and it feels like I'm just flying around playing like a high res version of Minecraft or something. Because if anybody's played Minecraft, it's nauseating. Like, holy hell. But
all right,
yeah.
I'll step down. But yeah, congrats again to everybody. So happy. I know every single creator that I'm talking to in DMs is like stoked, beyond stoked, to have access to these new files. It's literally like Christmas, guys. Like, you guys just dropped so many new accessories and clothes and just things that we can customize our clones with. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what everybody makes. All right, peace, guys.
Thank you so much, Clue. And I love what you said about the whole competition aspect of the creators in the community. And you know what it is? It's because demons have Ali. So that's why we're all chill, because we know.
Whoa. He's for the clones. Come on now.
Wait, no,
you
no,
saw
no,
the
no,
clone
no.
burst
Don't you?
video. Come on now.
He's got
What
the
I love
moon puffer.
What I love about it
my
is
bro.
every clone wins. This is what I love about it, is like when these challenges come, like clones are used, right? And so like every single time anybody asks, like, yo, do you want to be a part of it? Yo, where's your email? Like, yo, let me just send you the 3D files, right? It's like I love seeing my clone come to life in every single different artistic medium, right? Because every single creator has a different way of like approaching like the way they render or like what their art style is. So it's like, yeah, let me throw you my 3D files, and every single time a new creator hops in or a new creator like gets onboarded and they want to show art, it's like, yo, I'll be the first one to send you my files because I just want to see my clone in a million different ways.
Absolutely. And you know what? Just a massive shout out to all the creators who have been doing all of this stuff for free. But if you can, guys, at this point now where everybody's proved themselves to you, if they do something, please, if you can, give something back to them some way, somehow, because they really do deserve it. And Ali, if you can come up and talk about the animation that you did for the EVOX, we would love that. But we do have Boo, who's been waiting very, very patiently. So what's up, my dude?
What's good, everybody? I thank you for having me up here, and I think Zach gave the biggest alpha with the what the fuck, and that's the team has not said what the fuck are we doing. Everybody is showing up because they believe in what they're doing, regardless of that paycheck. They believe in the bigger vision here. I've had the pleasure of meeting Beb IRL at Art Basel. I've had the pleasure of Zach pulling up to our event in NYC. So these people, they're not just behind the screens. They're out there on the pavement with the feet to the pavement, Zach.
Boo, the best was, I'll never forget because I couldn't stay for long, but I was like, showed up. I'm like, hey, I'm Zach. You're like, motherfucker, I know who you are. You're like, come check this shit out. I was like, yo, let's go, Boo.
Yes, sir, and I appreciate everything you've done. You know, you brought a clone into this world, and literally you were making pizza for that clone as you were up here on Spaces. So again, like, you know, coming from the streetwear era where I've seen like things go a certain way, I'm just so bullish on this team. I'm so thankful for what you guys are creating. Literally, I've interviewed plenty of projects where they said they don't have the capital, the time, or the creative backing to create files that the files are creating, and they're putting them out there for free. So when you guys are doing this stuff on the timeline, just give it a like, give it a repost, let it be seen, because that's the last thing us artists don't want. We want to be seen. That's all we want to do is be seen. So appreciate y'all for letting us be seen on the timeline, on the Artifact website. And again, fucking shout out to Artifact for paying $18K worth of tickets for Complex Con to like, yo, that's the alpha. And you got to have a clone. You got to hold a clone to get that, okay? So they can keep fudding us on the timeline all they want. We here till 2052. Thank you guys so much.
Let's go. I'm living for that Boo energy. Boo, you literally fixed my headache. How did you do that? That's some skills you got there, dude. Can we talk about ComplexCon? Are we allowed?
Yeah.
What you got for me?
You're asking me. What can we talk about?
I love how he said yeah, and like yeah, like there was a question, but then she was like, no, go ahead, Zach.
Right, exactly. That's why I was like, I thought she was like, oh yeah, let me start asking. I thought there was like an actual, like, specific question in there.
No, but Zach, you know what it is? It's because I can't actually be there, so I have FOMO, and I don't want to hear anything. But at the same time, I know that the audience will probably want to hear something. So I'll listen back to this when you're done. I'm tapping out for a second.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to give. Normally I'm cool with sharing a bit of info, but what we tweeted today was Artifact brings a unique opportunity to CloneX holders to enter the Dunk Lab at ComplexCon. And what that Dunk Lab is, we'll be sharing some preview content, working with Cass and other members of the team, Dre, Mills, some brand ambassadors that we're working with, right, to capture content there. But I think before ComplexCon, we're going to give a glimpse. I think somebody asked me in a space the other day if like we're going to be doing some streaming to make sure that people who can't attend can be a part of it, similar to the gay side. That's going to happen. In terms of the Dunk Lab, though, and the details, I'm not going to get too into it just because there's some really fun like mechanics involved, and obviously like Artifact bringing the fire with like the design and aesthetic. But yeah, that's as much as I'm going to say about it. Also, something that people should know, right? So, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna stop there. I'm like tempted, but let's let the content that rolls out in the next couple of weeks speak to it. But there's a lot of exciting stuff, and the Dunk Lab is just the creative concept that we decided on in terms of like what our booth and experience and rollout's going to be at ComplexCon, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to see it leading up to it, and then the content we capture during it for those that can't attend.
He said, "Let them cook. I'm gonna hold myself back."
I have to. Like I've gotten so used to like giving alpha that I don't think is like anything that is harmful, right? And I also don't like people speculating unnecessarily, right? Because I want everybody to like have good night's sleep, right? Shout out to Shadow. But yeah, no, I mean something like this, right? This is like fun in nature, right? It's like this is a creative concept, something that I think we're continuing the dunk journey at ComplexCon. I think also what's dope about ComplexCon, Nike hasn't really been to ComplexCon in a bit. So coming back to Artifact, like Complex themselves have been like super great partners and like rolling out the red carpet just to, they know that there's a real opportunity with like Nike back in the mix through Artifact and like what Artifact's about, and they see our content and they see how we're pushing shit. So I think we're definitely going to stand out at ComplexCon, and I hope the splash really puts us on the map, even beyond, what we've been doing so far.
Sick. Is it safe to listen, Ian? Is it safe to get involved in the conversation? I think you did really well there, Zach. Not too much. Some, my FOMO levels are still at the same level, but only if somebody guarantees that they will save some kind of souvenir for me, whatever's there, even like a ticket, used up ticket or something. Even though everything
I'll take a screenshot of an image. I'll send you a picture. Does that work?
Bro, Cass, man, we're on the same team. That's savage. Oh, I'll take it. Dre Millie, how you doing? Welcome.
Yo, thanks for having me. I'm doing well, guys. Trying to soak up some vitamin D, get my my body running correctly. I wanted to come up here and say that it was absolutely wild, Fairy, that you tried to claim the homie Ali like that. That was absolutely off the chain wild. But hey, I appreciate the effort. And we do have to speak about the masterpiece that was created from the homie Cass. It blew my mind to find out that he created that one too, for real. And I saw it a long time ago, and I didn't know that he was the guy that made it until it came out. Like, oh shit! So yeah, man, it's a lot of what the fuck moments happening in the present day, and I appreciate each and every one of them. I do want to say Complex Con will be a movie, certified. We have a lot of great actors and actresses coming through to make sure that it will be that. And I know I can't wait. I feel sorry for the people who can't make it, but we'll make sure to hold it down for you guys as always. And yeah, man, it's a good day. I was down and out all week. I'm starting to get my bearings back. I'm starting to sound a little bit more regular. Friday is here. It's all good, man. Having a great day.
It's all them elderberries, bro. Dre ordered 2 liters of elderberries and sucked it down.
Oh, come on. You know what? It's crazy. I didn't even I didn't even dive into the elderberries until we had that conversation when you was like, yo, you should get your elderberries in. I was like, oh shit, you right. I do need to get my elderberries in. Then I went ham. Had like a 40 ounce of elderberry. But yeah, I don't know anything about the stuff that you're talking about. But yeah, I did have some.
Listen, the only reason I remember that is because it's the most magical sounding fruit that it doesn't sound like there's times when you think like, damn, I'm really an alien on like a floating rock. And when I hear my friend talking about like collecting elderberries to stay avoid voices, I don't know. It's funny to me.
It's a real
It sounds like
it's a real thing. I don't know about collect them, but I definitely do the syrup, man. This is the only syrup that I indulge in. This is how I pull it up now. Elderberry juice.
Fairy and Cass, I gotta step down, but thanks for inviting me up. Try and join Bad Take later if there's a space, but if not, everybody have a good weekend. Like Dre said, we'll hold it down for anybody who can't make it to Complex Con, but for those who can, it's going to be special. And yeah, we'll keep grinding and putting stuff out there that hopefully you guys love. And if you don't, you can yell at Cass. Peace.
Love you so much, Zach. Thank you so much for staying more than you could, actually. Jesus, we've been up for an hour. What the hell? Can we talk about the evolutions and what your favorite ones are? I know Bad Take Space already went through it. Another space already went through it. And we've exhausted it a little bit. But I can't get enough of it. So what's your favorites, guys? Whoever goes first goes first. I'm not even going to pick anyone out.
I guess I'll go first then, since there's no hands and it's a free-for-all. I think I don't even know where I would put it up, but I love the human. The human looks pretty dope. I think it's almost like the most wearable one. If you could wear it, that's why I love it. Obviously the demon. I'm a big fan of the demon. And the alien is up there as well. I think those three are definitely on my top. But the one that got me like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is fire. It's got to be the undead. The undead is the one for me. That's the one. So, yeah, that's my list. They all look cool, but those are the ones that truly stand out to me, like, as that I vibe with.
I just want to say that we have the permission from Artifact to say what the fuck now. So we don't need what the hell, even though you're a demon and you come from there. We go for what the fuck.
I just can't do it, Ferret. I just can't do it. I'm gonna be that WTF and the what the hell and all that. I just can't drop the F-bomb. But that's just
or
me.
our local Utahans. It's what the frick. So if you have to go there, we can also do that one. Is Utahans the right word? Anyways, I think I was gonna answer it. My favorite is definitely I gotta change it. I think the alien's got to be up there for me. The alien, the like Murakami DNA 2, just because like the DOB on the tongue is just so slick. But the aliens just remind me of like the Evangelion like characters, like very like, but just so on point that like when you look at it from some angles, it just actually looks like the mouth, and like if you saw that walking around at you, like it would be crazy. But then also the angels, like it's just like so aesthetically pleasing. It looks like something you would just like have in your house, like a trophy or something like that. And the animations on that one, yeah. Shout out to Frederick. We got to pin that up because holy shit, he's one of those guys. Yeah, he's a freak. Like, there's a lot of people at Artifact that I'm like, damn, like I don't know where you came from, but like, you know, it's cool that you're here, and he's definitely one of those guys.
Angelic.
Literally, thank you for being here. Guys, somebody did a thread with all of the different evolutions in order, but just pictures of them. If somebody can find that thread and put it in the comments here, I would really appreciate it. Let's see. Johnny, which one was your favorite?
This is what I love about what Artifact did is the Evo ones to me are my favorite in every DNA. I think they're all fire. So for me, I love the fact that the Evo ones, if anyone just got one vial, they're set, they're good. But as far as the Evo, I'm biased towards Murakami, the two, the DOB tongue. I mean the octopus tentacles. I've done that on a few renders. Dan Bailey made a shoe of that a few years ago as a concept in collaboration with Takashi Murakami and made it real. So to see that like on an Evo, I thought was amazing, and the way that they did it was sick. The Angel Evo 2 is really sick too, just because of the way it's just super clean in that way. No, they did a really good job just overall as far as this full spectrum stuff. Me personally, I had 3 humans, so I ended up evoing the human Evo 3. Thanks to Juju for holding that contest, by the way, for the design contest. So also I was able to evo it to 3. But yeah, I mean all the designs are fire. I love all the Evo ones because I got the Angel, the Demon, and what else? Angel, Demon, and Robot on the Evo one as well. So I'm just gonna keep those. But whoever designed them, I know Clegg and the entire. There's so many designers that like you don't hear from. This is what's so crazy. It's like I'd like to shout them out, but it's like I love seeing some of them actually coming to the forefront of the and coming out of the woodworks. You know, it's dope to see these guys coming out now. But just a shout out to all the people that worked on these things.
Yeah, one thing before Dre goes, I do got to say my favorite reaction was the amount of people who saw how detailed and textured like the Murakami was, and they were like, "It has to be a real shoe." Like it has to be a real shoe. Like I think it is just so hilarious because these guys are like they're that good. They're definitely trying to make this as realistic as possible. So it's just super funny that like you know blending the realities on what these designs can look like. It's crazy. But let's go.
What do you mean, Cass? I can make that in Midjourney in like seconds. By the way,
go
it's
eat your gummy bears. Go eat your gummy bears. Okay.
Bro, that tweet killed me. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Benito and I was just over laughing, or if it's actually that funny. But if you haven't seen it, go and read that tweet and just see the unculturedness from certain people. Anyway, Dre, to you.
Nah, you could have kept going on that one, bro. You was getting us sparked up. But yeah, it's wild. Been wild with setting the tone for the whole day because when we see him out here wilding out, everybody else is like, "Oh yeah, I've been waiting to let go of this one," and it's time to set it off. But nah, that was mad flagrant when my man was talking about I could do that any day. That was crazy, and it's still to this day people are debating about how real the Murakami renders are. Like it's still having conversations and debates about it. Like, no man, they gotta be real, bro. That's crazy because it really is that next level. But when you get to this type of game play, no pun intended, I mean, what else do you expect? You know what I mean? Like these guys have showcased that they're the best of the best. They're number one when it comes to any and all of these things, and this is what you get with rocking with the best. But piggybacking off of what Johnny said about how the Evo 1s and the Evo 2s look wearable to like sneakerheads and sneaker connoisseurs like myself, it's a huge thing to it. It's a huge aspect to it. Like that's, I think, one of the best parts because, and I said this yesterday on Bad Take and on another space as well. It's the best part to be able to have something that sneaker people can look at and enjoy and love and gaze over and like, yo, that's crazy though. But also have something that, you know, the technicals, the gamers, the designers can look at and be like, yo, that's ridiculously fire. I think that's the best part about all of this. We all can come down and sit down and learn more things about each perspective as we enjoy this journey step by step. So I'm good, man. I'm happy. This is dope. Evo, I would love to have a pair of the Undead Evo 1s to rock. I know Johnny's inbox has imploded from people asking that same question, but that's just, it's speaking to us and it's saying, come and get me. So we need those things.
I mean, it's pure art. Like going off of what you and Johnny are saying, like it looks so real to the point you think that's going to be a sculpture of that in some art gallery behind the glass as we look at it as a shoe that you can't wear, but you have the digital asset of it, but it's just like a work of art type of thing. So I'm gonna knock out my top real quick, just throwing it out here so I can get my questionnaire out the way. But I'm with Tevy on that. That Undead caught me very off guard with just how they crafted that together. I'm with Cass with the Angel. The Angel is like top tier. I mean, the vibe from that is like I can go out and defend the world. I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, from there, bro, and then I gotta stick with the Robo. Well, it's Murakami drip. That's got to be top 3 every time. But I got the Robo, so I gotta shout out the Robo real quick. You know what I'm saying? So Evo 1, like Johnny and Dre saying, they all look dope. As it goes up in the Evos, I mean, they just look more like I'm ready to get in some type of game and go mayhem. And I think Shadow's waiting on that. Shout out to Shadow. I always got to shout him out, Texas fan. But on the game side, it looks like those are ready for whatever game we about to be stepping in. And I mean, the crumbs are leading towards that way. That's all I'm saying. So no more to speculate. Those are the top 3 with the Robo lingering on the side. Then the humans is cool too, but yeah, top 3: Undead, Angel, Murakami did they thing. The artists did they thing. They look amazing, and we got to get, like Benoit said, we got to get some sculptures at least. If we don't get the real shoe ever in the future, we got to get the sculpture somewhere. Just put in some type of art gallery.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. It's like if you want to talk about emerging worlds, it's like Takashi Murakami, Artifact. If you look at the world that Takashi Murakami kind of comes from, right, then you see how realistic these are. And then I saw the animation video from Ali and seeing like the components of the robot shoe coming in, right? So like there's no way that they don't have these parts broken down in 3D, ready for whoever collected these to hopefully unleash the 3D files to eventually send it to a high-end like industrial printer to then eventually make it in the same factories that a Takashi Murakami or a Kaz or anybody else would make it to make it a physical piece, right? And like they're allowing us to do this by creating all of the tools for us to do it, either independently or just wait for them to do it. It's super sick.
By the way, can we talk about Ollie's video? Because I feel like we glossed over it because this man's just so good that like everybody just expects him to crush stuff. But like, damn, bro. Damn.
I was hoping he would come up, but I don't think it's one of those days for him. So we just have to make it up for ourselves. Can we just talk about the bit where the tentacle comes out of the undead and it just flips the shoe over? Freaking hell. Ali, you've got to come up, man. We need you. I need to talk to Ali.
It's gonna become one of those like 10-minute like beg this guy to come up, but he's already working on the next thing, so he's definitely not doing it. But if he does, yeah, I'm always down to hear what he has to say because shit. I think just like the whole perspective lighting, like everybody could say like right away where they're like, ooh, mixed reality vibes. Like the fact that you can tell that just by like how he's crafted this 3D scene is like, that's just like, that's that God tier stuff. This is the only time we're allowed to use the phrase God tier is when we're referring to the other creators in this ecosystem. That's one thing I want to reclaim as a phrase as a clone because come on y'all, we can let some of that go, but damn, Ali is definitely God tier when it comes to doing 3D animations. Yeah.
Gus, I love you so much. Can we talk about the details in this video? The attention to detail on Ali's creations are ridiculous, and I can't, I'm not gonna say it, but look on the desk. Just always look on the desk. Look at the remote case. You got the monolith, and you got the headset on the monitor just hanging. You got the Murakami blade up on the wall. It's just so beautiful. But I really
You
want
got
to
the
know
PS5 controller on the desk.
what? Where's that? PS5
Yeah,
controller?
he's one of those dudes. Like, you got to go back and like rewatch things, and
Literally.
that's top, once again, god tier art shit. Because like when there's all these little details around, and you can just like rewatch or re-listen to something, and you learn something new. Like, it's silly.
What's on the little monitor, or is it like a pen tablet? Oh, Ali, can you type it in the comments at least? I need to know. But yeah, man, it's sick. It's amazing. Do you see the radiator in the back? That's just so cute. Such a cute little touch. Also, under the monitor, next to the GM mug, there's like a little circular thing. Why am I looking for things? It's not like it's alpha, but I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
it's one of those tiny little models, one of those like triangular like couches, almost where you saw Toby and like Benoit sitting on the other day. That's what it kind of looked like. It looked like one of their kind of like seats, like a miniature model on the desk.
Ooh, good catch. Very good catch.
I will say I do like Cam's. I like how he also assign traits to people that people own. Like Cam definitely owns the Soundwave like headphones. Like that's his trait. And Dre's definitely got the dreads. Boo's a mohawk for me for sure. Johnny's got the beards at this point. Him and LBJ, the two most famous beards. But yeah, it's just like seeing that trait in there is just cool. Like that's what I'm saying. Like some of this stuff, and that's why it's dope having like 3D assets, because I know I've done it and I've seen like people like Tevi do it too, where you just take like what you have and you just throw it in there. Johnny does it a lot with his shoe designs. I actually got to post up that black Murakami Air Force One you did, because I noticed, I was like, damn, man's went in. And it's a lot of those like little things where like you could steal like the Murakami flower, like the DOB from a trait, and then you just kind of just make it part of what you're working on. Yeah, Johnny, you got to tell us about these black dunks that you did, the 3D ones, because you've been cooking this black aesthetic.
So it was so funny. So like I literally I tried to download the files yesterday morning, and it was like the lower poly version. And then Wayne, my boy, Wayne. He ended up hitting me with a more textured file. So he ended up sending it over to me, and then I immediately put it into Blender. And then like basically all morning, I think for about 4 hours, I was like, this is what I love about this project too. Like I don't own a Murakami, which that's a dream to obviously own one at some point, but like there's enough people in the ecosystem that I've gotten files from to be able to have like, I don't want to say probably 20, 25 Murakami traits in a file. So to be able to use them and just kind of take them and pick them apart and be able to attach them to this dunk like in 3D. Again, I never knew 3D before I joined this project, and allowing me to have these base files like the dunks to work on. And again, it was really easy to use because I really only had to break down certain panels. It was really easy to break it down and kind of just texture it and drop things in. Obviously, it took some time to learn, but yeah, I mean, dunk a day in a way, you know what I mean? And these things are very doable to actually create. And then once we actually get the module pieces and the 3D files for the actual components of the exact measurements, I already have me and like 3 of my 3D designer friends like ready, like a line. They keep texting me every day. Yo, did you get the file? You get the file? Right? Because we're already working on like module pieces and concepts already to just be able to just attach to these things and be able to print them. But I mean, you guys have seen how many dunks I've done at this point. But to be able to do them in 3D, it just gives them that much more of an effect, like a real effect, instead of just one 2D plane and a picture in low poly. To get these in, high definition 3D rendered to be able to actually print this. Right, I could send this to an industrial printer and have it printed, or figure out a way to get this printed tomorrow. Right, so again, thank you to Artifact for allowing that to happen.
Hey, that stuff's definitely going to come in handy once we get to cough mods, dunk mods, cough. Boo, I see you got your hand up.
Yo, just how you guys are so excited about how it looked like an IRL shoe, right? And Artifact is literally like, they took a year, right? And now they took another year, and they're at SneakerCon, they're at ComplexCon. Guess what? There's a thing called New York Comic-Con. There's a thing called San Diego Comic-Con. The moment that Murakami shoe dropped, immediately I instantly thought of the Murakami bait collab, the one that Zaid posted on his timeline. If you want to go check it out, it's already a really physical, real object. Imagine that real object having an NFC chip in it where you can prove it provenance on the chain, or maybe you have an insurance policy. All this is all there. No one's paying me for any of this. I'm so excited for this. Cass and I have talked about it because I'm like, yo, when they're ready for that toy circuit, when they're ready for the physicals, oh boy, I'm excited for that. I'm so pumped for that. And it's totally possible. If you've ever seen those custom Charizard shoes out there, the Grimace ones or the Mewtwo's, it's insane. I'm excited. We got people like Johnny up here and other 3D printers because 3D printing is going crazy. Just in the last year, we have 3D printing that when it comes out, it's already pigmented. It's already painted for you with the 3D printer. You don't have to paint it anymore. This is saving us time. This is saving costs. A lot of things out here just other than sneakers and the streetwear, guys. It's going to be huge.
We didn't even get Animus yet.
Man.
Damn, so I love 3D stuff. I love creators. I love it when they get together. Nah, it's gonna be fun, man. There's a lot of stuff coming. I'm not saying anything. Y'all are very smart people. You guys all will be around hopefully as well. And if not, I'm sure you'll see some news about it. But there's a lot of cool stuff cooking, and I think especially for creators, it's going to be a good time coming. And I'm just excited for anybody who's around cooking up and wants to be a part of this ecosystem. Lots of different ways you can get involved and do something. So I think we've been going for over an hour and 15 almost. Probably going to go for another 15, 20 if anyone wants to jump up, chat before we go. It has definitely been a dope week. It's been I can't believe it's Friday, y'all. I feel like there's still Artifact Brain says there's still so much to do, but that's just kind of how life goes, and I'm lucky to be in a place where it's a bunch of cool people pushing each other. Clue, that's who it is. He got me fucked up. I'm telling y'all right now, this man does light a fire under my ass. I don't know why. Him and them bag of bones, undead, BS, whatever. His render's cool. Yeah, great, guys, but come on. we gotta, yeah, I love it. You gotta
Kaz,
push harder.
what did you just say is under your ass?
A fire, a big old Clue fire, undead fire, man.
I'm gonna let you introduce Brongus because I like the way you say his name.
Brongis.
Brongus, welcome.
You had an Italian accent.
No, you do.
How are you? How is it going, guys? Everything good?
All good, all good. It's been a really good week. I've been enjoying it. Have you been enjoying it?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. I tried to download the 3D files. I also brought to Cass because I had a problem with the Animus egg. And I don't know if, Cass, you have any news, but I think no. Anyway, I will wait to have the egg because I have some ideas around that. So I want to try to make some cool animation. And I wanted to ask, I don't know, because I wasn't hearing all the time, so I don't know if anyone asked before, if the shoes, the Dunk, are already textured or not, because I couldn't find the texture. Maybe I downloaded wrong, I don't know, I made some mistake.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Cass.
Oh, I was gonna say, Brongus, I'll DM you if you just want to send me your email because I think the Animus stuff is going to be coming as Animus rolls out as well. Like Bev and Zach mentioned, just more things that'll be coming along.
Sure, I will DM you with my email so you can do whatever. Thank you so much.
Beb, you want to answer the dunk question, please?
Yeah, okay, so the dunks and the CRLs, they were in FBX. So I just remade them in GLB, and we're going to push an update with that. So you guys will have, it'll be just like all the other files.
Thank you so much.
Thank man.
Sorry, what did you say? I was gonna say, okay, let's go. One thing that I want to give a shout out to is Zach, on the FAQ and on the Monolith website. If you go to question 20, I'm gonna read out for you. Will equipping my physical artifact X Nike Dunk Genesis sneaker with a physical skin vial alter the physical sneakers the same way that the virtual sneakers are altered during the virtual skin vial equipping process? And the answer is no. It's just the longest question in the world with the most simple answer. Like, can you get a word with least amount of what am I trying to say? With least letters than that. What is English? Yeah, it's just so funny, man. He did such a great job. If you guys have any other questions, I don't think you do, but if you do, let us know and we'll try and fill it. Tebby, hand up.
Hey, I was just gonna say, I knew exactly where you were gonna go with that one before you even started reading the first word when you said FAQ, and I love this question. That is by far my best favorite question in that FAQ. So, you know, that's all I wanted to say. That's why I was laughing the whole time, because I'm like, man, like with everything, that just keeps it super simple. But you know what the crazy part is? Here's the crazy part. Despite that being in there, I'm actually going back and forth in DMs with somebody else, asking me about it. It was like, so if I get these vials and I put them in my shoe, does it change it? I'm like, no, it's written. I sent screenshots and everything, and they're still confused. But you know, it's somebody I know, so it's all good. We're working through it. But I loved the simple answer. Leaves no room for confusion, because we do know clones get confused easily. So, anyways, loved it. Shout out to Zach. That was probably my favorite FAQs to date. And I love that question. I feel like I should put that in a portrait or some kind of frame it, put it on the wall or something. Animate it, do something cool with that. I just might. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, I feel that, Tebby. It's got a hint of Benito to it, do you think?
I think so.
The sarcasm. Also, just quickly, let's just have a quick lesson of maths. 1 + 1 equals 2. 1 + 2 equals 3. 1 + 1 + 1 equals 3. And if you have any other questions, please let us know. I hope I don't get fired over that one. Cass, do you want to add anything else? Or should we close it up? Because I'm running out of things to say and I'm going down the deep hole of trouble.
Yeah, well, before Fairy gets sent to the sunken place, let's save this spaces. No, it's been dope, y'all. There's gonna be lots of cool stuff coming. Lots of dope things happening because of all you guys here already, and that's the best part. You know, I think, like Zach has said, there's always a like very specific movement behind what happens, and so it's usually all based off of what people are saying. Like we've been trying to highlight, and that comes from like the creator side all the way to the main part of how Artifact operates. But yeah, I'm just excited to be here. Glad y'all are all here and gonna do a lot of dope stuff together.
100%. And also, one final thing I promise. If I see anybody else say, Artifact should have hired this person already, what are they waiting for? Listen, things take time. You think we don't see what you guys are doing? Seriously, come on, give us a break. But yeah, we have Ali. Look, Ali made that video. Are you guys happy now? Because we're happy. Anyway, hope you guys have a good evening and have a good weekend. We'll see you next week where sorry, Dre Melee, we got somebody very special that, you guys might have wanted to hear from. So, yeah, have a good week and we'll see you then. Goodbye. You all have to say bye, okay?
I don't even know what that
Bye.
means.
Just say bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Best community ever.
Hey, like that.
Cast 33333333333.